I was zeroing in regional initiatives in Africa. I don't know whether this is what. Sorry. Yes. Yeah. The status of implementation of early warning for all in Africa. After having the global, already Ben explained about the global part of it, but now we downscale it in Africa to the regional level, and we have the action plan that was launched in Nairobi during the climate conference. And this plan is the one that includes all activities that we expect that African countries will implement in terms of early warning for all. And in this regard, RIMS can have something to do in this plan in our collaboration between RIMS and WMO. We have national consultation ongoing now in terms of the implementation of the plan. And you can see from the map, a number of countries in Africa have already covered, about 22 countries. We have launched the initiative, but we have 18 countries that they have already developed their roadmap, some of them in a process of development of a roadmap. And we have a number of activities to support early warning in Africa that are ongoing. And the steering committee and the action plan. We have steering committee and technical team. They are working to see that there is a implementation of these actions that we have agreed. And I think in this regard, RIMS can have some actions on this to link with this and align with what is going on in Africa. The issue of common alert protocol is important when you talk about early warning. And a number of countries in Africa now are implementing common alert protocol. And we have a CAP composer that is developed in Africa. And currently, we have a progress that is now integrated with the WIS2 box. And we expect now that a new initiative in Africa is also an avenue for RIMS to see how they can cooperate better with Africa. And we have a number of upcoming activities linked to CAP in Africa. We expect to revamp the register of alerting authorities. This one is underway. And also development of CAP micro site and having a help desk to support African countries in this regard is in progress. We have a state of climate report in Africa, and the latest one is this for 2024, that we expect to launch it on the 12th next week, and this will be hybrid, where we will have a physical meeting in Addis Ababa, but we are going to have online. Then you are invited to join this launch of the State of Climate Report in Africa. And over years, we have been producing this report that are very important for the continent, and issues of early warning are well indicated in these reports. So in a nutshell, I can say that what is going on in terms of early warning for all in Africa is in a very good progress. We have Africa Ministerial Conference of Meteorology, which is an important organ to support meteorological activities in Africa. This forum, or the conference, started in 2010 when we had a meeting of all ministers responsible for meteorology in Africa that was held in Nairobi in 2010. And they came up with a declaration And if you go into that declaration, you can see the commitment of ministers in Africa to support early warning in the continent. And we have been having these conferences in a 2-year basis, and each year ministers could come with the commitment to support, and we can see a lot of improvement in Africa in terms of policy issues related to the development of meteorology and its application. And we think that this is also a strong avenue for the collaboration between WMO and RIMS, how we can involve ministers in the continent, and I'm happy that tomorrow we are going to have this meeting of ministers. Now already having this AMCOMET in Africa is easy for us to enhance our collaboration. Thank you very much. I think this is my last slide, and I still have 1 minute, so I'm doing well with the time. Thank you.
Thank you, WMO for Asia Pacific and Africa. Next, I request UK Met Office. Oh, FCDO. Okay.
Can you please put up the presentation? Thank you. Hi, good afternoon, council members, distinguished delegates, partners and participants, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to thank the government of Sri Lanka and RIMS for convening this conference. It's a privilege to be present here and represent Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, in short FCDO, on this important platform. And David represents Met Office, and I am going to talk about the FCDO Met Office collaboration which we have with RIMS. So before we do that, let me take this moment to introduce the CARA program, which is Climate Action for a Resilient Asia program. This is UK government's flagship program, which aims to accelerate the transformational transboundary climate action. CARA prioritizes climate adaptation and resilience across the Indo-Pacific region, and when I say Indo-Pacific region, I mean South Asia, Southeast Asia, and the Pacific, and all ODA countries. And under this program, we have the WISER program, which is supporting UK Met Office long-standing relationship with RIMS. So CARA program, can you go to the next slide, please? Sorry. Yeah, thanks. So in short, CARA program runs for a period of 9 years up to 2031. It's a 274 million program. Seems quite a lot, but we are working in 27 countries, so you can imagine the amount of money we need for that. It aims to impact 14.4 million people across the region. And how will it do that? It will obviously do it through promoting better policy and planning, conserve natural ecosystems and biodiversity, mobilize climate finance, improve weather and climate information services. Urban resilience is another one important factor there. Community-led adaptation through ADB, and provide increased capacity and expertise to within the region. And last but not the least, CARA would support regional cooperation under the CARA umbrella program. Next slide, please. So the program, since it addresses all aspects of, can I have the next slide? Yeah, one more slide. So it talks about 7 interlinked components and 5 implementation partners across the region. Next slide, please. Yeah, so the 7 components you can see there, it is implemented through the 5 partners, namely World Bank, UK Met Office, ADB, UNDP, ICIMOD, and ICIMOD. ADB has got 2 components to it. One is urban development, and the other is on community resilience. And there are 7 interlinked components, and they cover a wide range of thematic areas from climate finance, weather and climate information services, climate policy and investment, knowledge generation and exchange, urban planning, biodiversity, nature-based solutions, community-led adaptation, and touching the lives of the vulnerable people. So CARA also has demand responsive flexible fund projects which are supported by our FCDO country offices. Since we are not present as Indo-Pacific Regional Department, we are not present everywhere, so we take support from our country offices. And we are open to ideas and want to collaborate on CARA's mission to drive sectoral and system changes in the Indo-Pacific. So if you have ideas, please come back either to our FCDO country offices or come back to me, or the details are all on the UK website as well. So focusing on RHYMES, and I would like to hand it over to David for further details on Wiser RHYMES collaboration as such. Thank you.
Thank you. So next I request Africa Center for Meteorology and Development.
Thank you very much, Archana. Distinguished guests and colleagues, it's an honour and pleasure to be addressing this 17th RHYMES Council meeting. No, yes, last slide, please. So I'd like to focus on UK collaboration with RHYMES. We've got a strong record of partnering with RHYMES in South and Southeast Asia, enabled through UK government regional initiatives such as CARA and the Weather and Climate Information Services WISER programmes that Archana mentioned. We've had an active collaboration with RHYMES, particularly in South Asia and Southeast Asia, since 2018, and I look forward to deepening and broadening the collaboration as we move forwards. Also, indeed, keen to explore opportunities for collaborating and knowledge sharing in other regions. Next slide, please. So WISER, Weather and Climate Information Services, is now a global family of programmes which really focuses on the uptake, providing better access, uptake and use of weather and climate information services to support better planning, decision making, to improve resilience to extreme weather and climate change at regional, national to local levels. We have a WISER Africa programme which was established in 2015, now in its third phase. A more recent WISER MENA, Middle East and North Africa programme, and a WISER Asia Pacific programme that builds on an earlier UK-funded initiative called Asia Regional Resilience to a Changing Climate. WISER Asia Pacific in South Asia focuses on supporting the priorities of the South Asia Hydromet Forum, which we've heard about earlier today. In Southeast Asia, aligning and supporting the ASEAN frameworks and mechanisms for disaster risk reduction and climate resilience. And in the Pacific region, contributing to a wider weather-ready Pacific decadal plan of action coordinated by the Pacific Met Council. Whilst these programmes cater to regional specific needs, they do have some common principles. Next slide, please. Ensuring co-production of services, collaboration amongst producers and users of services, ensuring that outcomes support aspects of gender equality and social inclusion, innovation, partnerships, sustainable and transformational change and lesson learning. So these are common across the family of programmes. Next slide, please. And in terms of mechanisms, delivery mechanisms, there's a key focus on alignment with global initiatives such as Early Warning for All, which we've heard about, and regional priorities and initiatives across the regions it operates. In terms of delivery mechanisms, there's quite a bit of flexibility with a range of granting, large, small grants, and technical assistance and partnerships provided from the Met Office and other partners. And indeed, RHYMES are a key partner under WISER Asia Pacific. Cross-cutting themes of gender equality, social inclusion, monitoring, evaluation, learning, and ensuring sustainability. Next slide, please. So, Due to these programs and being able to develop long-term partnerships, I just wanted to finish on a couple of examples of really successful partnerships between the Met Office and RIMES, one supporting regional climate outlook forums, of course in collaboration and under the leadership of the WMO Regional Climate Centres. We've been fortunate to support the South Asia Seasonal Climate Outlook Forum over several years, helping it transition from more subjective to objective-based forecasting, enhancing the user interface with the SASCOF through the Climate Services User Forum and user representation at regional to national levels, and indeed the way that the SASCOF products are made available and communicated to users. And examples of where we've worked in countries such as Bangladesh and Nepal to enhance connectivity with national monsoon forums, national climate outlook forums, to improve flow of information and uptake to critical sectors such as agriculture. Recently, we've started supporting the ASEAN COF, the ASEAN Climate Outlook Forum, covering the 10 member states in the Southeast Asia region. We had the first in-person ASEAN COF last April or May, I believe, in Laos, and looking forward to the May ASEAN COF event, which will be in Cambodia next month. Next slide, please. And in South Asia, as I mentioned, we are collaborating on the South Asia Hydromet Forum. Firstly, congratulations to the South Asia Hydromet Forum Executive Council and RIMES on delivery of the Executive Council meeting yesterday and the resolutions agreed for the various working groups going forward. And I'm delighted to say that Wiser Asia Pacific, in collaboration with RIMES, will support two critical components of SAF. One, the impact-based forecasting working group, an existing priority of SAF that's been operating for several years since its inception in 2018, and now we intend to deepen and enrichen activities to build regional capacity and national demonstrations of impact-based forecasting to support upscaling in the region in future years. We are also forming a new working group and an action plan and roadmap for climate services for the South Asia region. So I'm delighted that this provides the opportunity for the UK, FCDO, the Met Office to continue, enhance, enrich and deepen our partnership with RIMES. And I'd also encourage all here to find out more. I'd be very keen to explore opportunities for connecting, partnering, linking with related investment so that we can support value-added approaches and sustainability by being more than the sum of our separate parts. So with that, I'll stop there. If you have any questions or comments about the other WISER programs in the other regions, Middle East and North Africa and Africa, please do reach out to me. And final slide. Well, the final slide is just to say thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. So the next one is Africa Center for Meteorology and Development.
Thanks very much, Mr. President. Hi, everybody, and thanks for having us here for this conference. We are so delighted to be here and to expect more close collaboration with RIMES. The presentation, please. So the African Center of Meteorological Application for Development were created by the African nation and the ECA and WMO. And they are actually the regional body for all the countries in Africa. And the role is really operational. Try to ensure that at least the weather and climate services is maintained and nobody is left behind. Okay. So our collaboration with RIME is very strategical for us because we are actually, yes, here we go. Okay, can you go to the next slide? Thank you. Next, it's me. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, so this is our mandate and our vision in 2030. I think it's aligned with a lot of pillars of rhymes. I will not come to the same time. Just to show you that we have a common problem here, I'm just pulling the last report of IPCC over heat wave, counting the number of days having 40 degrees Celsius, and looking at how it increased over the world. This is the last IPCC report, and you can see that we are very vulnerable and are looking forward just to have a huge impact on heat wave. It's very common for everybody. That's why we should maybe put our force together. Talking about experience we are sharing, because I think we should share best practice because we have the same kind of population and exposed to the same hazards. Here I'm showing that what Met Service was doing, which is how can we translate climate information into action. It comes to the pillar of rhymes. How can we outreach the population and make the climate information more actionable? And here you see one way is just the Met Service or the Regional Climate Center can provide information at the local level, and at the local level, decision makers can sit, interpret climate information and translate it into action. So it looks like there is a co-production and there is also a good coordination between different stakeholders, and it was something that works very well in Africa, and people was able now to hear for farmers to convey information farmers using different channels just to ensure that climate information reaches the last mile and is used for the farmers. Here is an example to show you what is the added value of climate service. If you do it well, you can see here, we had a project under USAID, and you can see very clearly what is the yield comparing, the harvesting comparing business as usual. The farmer is doing any action without having climate information, and also another plot where the farmer have access to climate information. And you can see very clearly that in red, there is business as usual, and in blue is where climate information is accessible. And you can see that the yield is completely different because of the use of climate information. That means climate information have real values, but we need really to ensure that it reaches the right farmer in the right format, and so on and so forth. Now, I think everybody was mentioned observing systems that we need really, and I think here there is a way that we can collaborate together to develop between us observing systems that are really tailored to our needs. I mean, very simple tools that we can use to measure climate. And there are kind of things like, rain gauge, for example, that is developed in Africa that people are using very easily. Capacity building is something that is important for us. And I think with RHYMES we can do a lot because we share a lot of things. I mean, we can build visiting program between institution expert, doing training programs, open young talented. Because, I mean, what is our really force that we have is the resources that we have is we have young people, they are growing and they come from the university, getting their programs and degree, and we can use them, either AI or whatever kind of tools, and we can develop solutions, but we need to train them really. And we share the monsoon problems that we have, the African impact-based focus. People mentioned that, I will not come to that. As I said, we need also to ensure that we collaborate and leverage into lesson learned. What have been learned here in the RHYMES, Africa can also benefit from, not to reinvent the wheel, and also vice versa. And I can tell a lot of things we can do together. And also in the long-term plan, I think we should also align our vision together. Today we are talking about RAMS, and we are looking forward to invite you also to see what we have as a plan, and to plan together in the negotiation, in the way also to look for funding, and also publication. Publication is important. I think the last report, what was missing, especially for Africa, is not to have a lot of publication come from African countries, and we can deal with that using our arms. So what I conclude with is today we are living the climate change. It's not something in the future, it's something very clear. We are seeing a lot of extreme event is coming. So we have populations that are at risk, and with our low resources, our best guess is really to anticipate. Anticipate means developing a very strong preparation, what you call early warning, and try to ensure that people get it. But that we need to develop services that is timely right, the content is right, and the format and the channel. And I think putting our force together, we can do a lot on that. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.